This exhibition has turned out to be one that's been put into isolation, just as a lot of us have been during this strange period of COVID-19. The paintings themselves were, I guess they were conceived during a show I had in Melbourne about a year ago. The two larger paintings from that exhibition, well, they acted as a kind of springboard for the work I wanted to create for this exhibition. I came up, I think, with around 10 mainly single figure paintings that I think of as portraits of the characters that inhabit my inner world. And I had no idea who or what would appear in these works. I most often start these paintings loosely sketching in directly onto the canvas a figure to simply occupy the space. The notion of isolation that's so all-consuming at the moment, that for me comes from a background of growing up on a farm in the Mallee and the feeling of being pretty damn small in that sparse, hugely open landscape. The paintings in the exhibition, such as the card carriers, that painting began as 4 figures striding through the landscape in lockstep. But then another figure appeared, then another and another, until a cast of characters walked towards something, single-mindedly, but at the same time strangely disconnected from one another. The legal secretary was, well, that was simply a desire to paint a semi-nude figure where light is really the subject of the painting. The painting Women, that comes, well, firstly from an etching I made several years ago, a small etching, and then a small oil painting on paper. And I decided during this process that I should paint a larger version because I wanted to show the corporality of the 2 female characters, and that comes out much more to the fore. To kind of balance out the work in the show, I then felt I really should have 2 male characters in a similar but obviously different close encounter. I also like to think there's just a touch of levity built into these 2 paintings in spite of the fairly deadpan expressions the characters wear. The last painting I worked on were the 2 paintings titled Unidentified. Well, I simply wanted to give myself a break from the intensity of the full-length figures, so that here only the feet, the fingers and a bit of the head are visible. These paintings, oddly enough, also seem to be forecasting the struggle we and the rest of the world are dealing with right now, feeling isolated and protecting ourselves from the virus via distancing ourselves from everyone else.